Hello and welcome to IRL F3 round 6, and it is Japan today. I am Sandro Zorog, joined by Lee Kelly.
Hello.
And to the track of Suzuka, actually. Let's see if we can just try to get some game sound. There we go. Would have been a little bit annoying to go around without game sound. But Suzuka, Lee, demanding track, and well, you managed to pull out your first F1 podium yesterday at this track. So first of all, like, what's the key points of this track to have a good race?
It's oh, this track is it's a very unforgiving track. Especially due to the S section. But the key points really just you need a good qualifying. That's a very key thing, which I did have yesterday, and it helped. It helped me to keep ahead of the guys behind. Just and save your ERS, 'cause it's a pain to regain ERS around here. So those are two key things that well, hopefully our drivers can remember today.
I am not gonna lie, I do remember ERS management being difficult as this track myself. Obviously, I was at a little, I was at a different stage in that race yesterday than you. Was more took a day like a Mazepin and just spun around at the back. Really struggled with it. And I bet we'll see somebody here as well having a race like that. But nonetheless, though, we are today, and Michael Marlowe took his first win of the season last week in oh my god, Baku. Almost forgot the track. While Ivan regained a little in the championship, pulled away from Ross Denholm, and who do you like? Who do you think we'll see at the top today? Like, is it going to be the Alpha Tauris? Is it going to be the Ferraris? Or somebody else? Lee? Okay, not sure exactly where Lee has gone, but
Sorry about that. I'm back.
there you are. All right. Well, I'm good. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that I'm guessing you didn't catch my question to you.
I caught the start of it, not the end of it. No.
Ah, well, I'll finish it off as well then. As I said last week, Michael Marlowe took his first win of the season. Obviously, the second AlphaTauri driver to do so this season. Ross, poor race, ended up in the wall, retired, and Ivan, with another good performance, pulled out the gap a little in the championship. So, like, who do you expect to be the best team here today? Are we going to see the Alpha Tauris, or are we going to see the Ferraris back at it?
I think it will definitely be between the AlphaTauri and the Ferraris. See, I know Ross is on wheel, so I definitely say he'd be one of your favourites, especially around track in Japan. But you never know. I'm not sure about Ivan, Silva, or Michael, but you never know what they can spring up sometimes.
True. As actually talking about Ivan, he is about to finish his lap, so let's see what he gets over the line then. It's gonna be a 27.2, which is second, and it is quite far behind Ross actually. Ross really putting on a good lap here in quali so far with his 26.7.
Yeah, yeah, the definitely is holding up. Obviously, we're not. We couldn't go off any. I'm not sure. I think. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, Ross in practice was setting low 26s when I was practicing with him yesterday. So
Interesting, should have some to
definitely
go on then.
yeah.
However, It's not really quali where you win the race and take the points. So he's gonna have to be good in the race as well. But it's looking promising at the moment with his quali lap being 5 tenths ahead of Ivan.
Yeah, obviously, but from what I've gathered, I think Ross's nickname in our group chat, in our group anyway, is Collie Merchant, so I'll have to wait and see whether that holds up or not.
Well, he has seemed a bit like one.
He's turning
Indeed.
into a me from like a year ago or so. Oh,
Little
it's
Lee
Tyler
Kelly,
Thomas
the
is
quali
off.
merchant.
Yeah, Tyler Thomas is spawned. That's at the exit of the S section. It's coming out of it, so not on the wall though. Just a lot of time lost, but no damage.
Luke Baker's setting a lap to take 7th place on the mediums. Cameron Rowlands over lines. Oh, he's starting a lap. Is he going for a second lap on his tires then? He is.
I think. Yeah. Oh, it's going.
Judging by his ERS, he has to.
Oh.
Ooh,
There's lots of lag going on. I can't actually see it.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say. I hope I'm not the only one getting this amount of lag.
And he has invalidated as well, so let's move on to, well, Tyler Thomas is Enzo. Let's see how the South African of the league is doing. Not a lot of them around Lee.
I didn't actually know. No, I thought you just ran the flag because, I don't know, memes or something. I didn't actually think you would. That's interesting. That's interesting, you know.
From what we know, he is South African at least. And the only one racing in IRL who is that as well, as he goes on to take 4. Not a bad lap at all.
Yeah, in IRL we don't have as much Irish drivers as I think. I think we only have like 4 or 5.
What, Irish drivers?
Yeah, Irish. We may have more, but I'm not sure.
Well, we have you and Kevin in F1. But then you have Adam in F2. Jessica in F3.
Yeah, so only like 4. And obviously Jack Yates, who, if he actually was racing, that would make.
Well, he is British, but
he cast himself as Irish is good enough.
Oh yeah, maybe we don't actually have more than 4. Nonetheless, let's see with Jamie then over the line to take 4th place. Jamie, who had a good race last week. Let's see, what about Thomas MacGyver, another driver who's a little bit known to be a quality merchant.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
He opened the bounce back after crashing on the final lap last week. Oh, Thomas.
Tom has been stuck in this tier for a long time now. Always been among the front guys when he's been in this year, but never really managed to be the front guy. Which is obviously why he's still here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tail happy, but across the line, is it going to be an improvement? It is, only just though. Only just over half then. Michael Marlowe's on the lap, he's 4 tenths up. Coming into 130, yeah. I wonder if we'll see anyone go for moving to 130, yeah. That's something I do wonder.
Well, I mean, it's not that difficult to go for a move in 130R.
Yeah, Michael Marlowe.
But usually, if you're close enough to do it, you usually get past before, in my experience, or after into the braking zone. But
Ross across the line. What's he gonna set? He goes 2 tenths faster. That's a very good lap. But
what
Ivan's 4
about?
tenths up. So.
Ivan is up on his lap, so He's not just gonna take it,
Seven
he is
tenths
gonna
off.
fight back.
He's fighting back. Let's see, here's a
And
car
7
run.
tenths up will actually be right around Ross's time.
Yeah, Jamie gets it away, so
Let's see,
Ivan.
out of the final corner, and it's gonna be a 26.
And he
Oh, and
does
look at
go
that,
home.
26.482, and it is, what is
It's
that,
like 400.
300s ahead of Ross?
Yeah, 300. See, that's very close.
These two really battling it out for.
Silva across the line, he goes P3.
No,
So Ferrari 1-3 at the moment, they're actually looking very strong.
they are indeed. Well, let's see, Cameron retiring, done with quali, or did he crash? I think he retired in the pit.
He retired in the pitch.
Let's see, Billy Mossam then, also a driver who has been in for a long time now. He's had some better seasons and some worse seasons, but he's not managed to properly fight for the title yet.
Yeah, he definitely has been around here for a while, so just never had to pay. He's shown glimpses of pace.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I would say as well. He's like sometimes he's shown that maybe he can make a push for the title, but then like just after he will have a track where he's just completely gone.
Yeah.
So it's just not worked out for him so far. Jeremy Pope, also another driver who's been here a while. A little different scenario for him though. Like not really ever had the pace to fight for a title, but usually seem to get through races and grab points whenever he can.
Yeah, he definitely, yeah, like you said, he definitely is. He usually does finish races. I'll give him that. He is very consistent at finishing.
Indeed. Let's see, Enzo is on the lap again. Going out of Spoon. Not using the track as much as he can. Down this straight into 130R. You know, I'm still baffled that straight isn't a DRS straight.
Yeah, me too.
This track
Really
is
does surprise me.
difficult enough as it is to overtake people. That really could have expected that to become a DRS straight as Enzo improves his time and goes 5th. And I don't believe you have anyone on a lap right now, as Ivan is out of quali. And he
Yes,
just
he is.
retired.
Tired in the pits. Maybe he doesn't want to go out another. Maybe he wants to save a set of softs for the race and give a late safety car. But if he was going to do
Could
that,
be.
if he was going to do that, why not just call your first one out of mediums, and then do two?
Could just be that he really hit his last lap well and don't think he can improve on it.
Oh, it's rain. That explains a lot, actually. I saw a little drip when I was riding the wall with Jamie.
Oh, you're right.
We'll see how quickly this comes down.
Well, Jamie is on a lap. I'm not sure if he's improving, but guess we can see when he gets to. Oh, and
back end. Yeah,
back end loss.
I wonder if that's the rain's dropping in the hard. I don't know whether that's because of it being slippery. He's retired, yeah.
Well,
now I see why I've been king of Ferrari. That makes a lot more sense.
it's not raining. It's not raining that much yet.
But yeah, but it's raining enough to the point where it will start to slow it down.
But Ross isn't even. I mean, Ross still has a little left before he's starting his lap. Michael Marlowe is obviously starting it right now, so...
Yeah, we'll get a good indication of him whether Ross still has time by this.
We
This is it.
will, and let's see then. Through turn one, not really looking unsteady or anything. Looked a little cautious though. Didn't drift out as wide as he could have.
Backed off. He's
Um,
backed off as Michael.
oh,
You can watch Ross though. He's coming into the S section. They're all very tidy so far, so it doesn't seem like it's slowing them down. We'll see, because it might not be raining heavily yet, but will rain hard come the end. A little bit of back end on Ross.
let's
Coming
see
up to the
then.
sector, he is
First,
down. That looked very clean, so either that's a cause of him his first sector on his best lap being very good, or that's a cause of the rain. I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, there is. I give or take. I think there's 4 overtaking opportunities. There's turn 1. There's that hairpin. Then there's 130 yard, and then the chicane.
pretty much, yeah.
And if you're really daring, you can go for the spin. But you have to be alongside.
Yeah, well, if
Oh, yes,
you're gonna go
traffic
for it
ahead
in
of him.
spin,
Oh, Ross got slipstream. This could
but
be
let's see
helpful.
here.
He's still down.
He's 800s down in his time. Of course, we don't know how much that slipstream helped, but let's see the final chicane. It's not looking like the
Oh, he's
rain is
gonna go and
much
catch
very heavy
pole.
yet, but
Across the
it's
line. No, he
gonna be
doesn't.
no.
And for someone like Thomas McCoy only starting his lap now, we'll have to see though whether this. I think
It
the
is
rain.
barely raining, but still.
Oh, Thomas is going off. Thomas is finished. That's not Thomas, sorry, that's Ross. Never mind. Thomas, watch him. Oh, he goes in deep and he's invalidated. Yeah, I was right. He's finished.
What
So,
about Luke Baker? And he's going into turn one right now. Looking good through there. I'm not gonna lie, it might
very.
be raining, but it's not looking. It's not raining a lot yet. It's probably affecting them, but difficult for us to see so far.
Luke is down by 210. Yeah, no, I think it's light, but it's heavy enough to be affecting the laps. From what I've got it. Yeah, Billy's in.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, unless can find some miraculous line, I think this will be everyone's finishing positions. Okay.
It looks like it, and it'll be a Ferrari on pole of Ivan Kingsley ahead of Ross Denholm, and then his teammate Silva in third.
Yeah, we
So
can't. F3 can't get a break from rain, can they? A wet Baku, and end wet of the race in Baku, and then the end of the quality is wet in Japan.
you kind of have a point here.
Maybe I'm the curse. Coming on comms. Luke Baker, he did improve actually. I think he might win a home position. He went up to 6, yeah he did, so... Maybe Ross could have found sometime, maybe that was just Ross. I don't know, but... Yeah, Luke Baker did improve on it, to it, in the 7
But
minutes.
look at that, so 300ths of a second separating Ivan in first and Ross in second. Then Silva 9 tenths behind in third. There's a big gap from those two down to the rest. Then Thomas MacGyver in fourth. Enzo in fifth. Luke in sixth. Then Jamie in seventh. Michael with a, I dare to say, disappointing eighth place for him. Then Billy with ninth and Joachim Storm with 10th. Before we have the Renault of Cameron in 11th. Then Jeremy Pope in 12th. And I believe it was Chris Ryan and Tyler Thomas in 13th and 14th. And 15th should be Matt Romano, I think. I'm a little unsure if there was 15 or 16 drivers right now.
There was 15 in qualifying, but Tom Spicer joined, so it'll be 16.
So then... Oh, look at this!
Oh,
Lee?
there is. As I said, F3 cannot get a break.
I feel bad for them. F3 is having rain once again.
Yeah, F3 having rain once again will mean more on F1. I'm pretty sure that Japan quali. From what I can remember, I'm pretty sure that was the first any wet action we had. But I could be wrong. I'm 100% sure though.
Mm.
It'll be in. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's that heavy. It looks like you could definitely get lighter. You know, it's not heavy, but it's not exact. Oh my god, I haven't almost been it already.
But yeah, you were right. Well, it is Matt Romano in 15th and then Tom Spicer in 16th.
Tom Spicer's in the wrong car, by the way. He should be in the Williams.
Well, it looks like he's subbing into the Alfa Romeo today.
Wait, is he reserve or is he full time?
He should be a full-time driver.
Yeah, well then I'm assuming this points will count for Williams then, is what I'd guess.
Yeah. If it is Williams he's in, then yes. But let's see here. Everyone is on intermediate tires. And
Ivan's gone off.
the two Americans colliding on the formation lap. Well, what do you think then, Lee? Going into turn 1, does Ivan keep his lead? Or does Ross take it? Or Silva? I feel like Silva has been a good starter earlier in the season, actually, thinking about it. So maybe he can actually... He might put some pressure on Ross. It'll be interesting to see. As there is a bit of a gap, so we can see that they're slowing it down. You still here, Lee?
I'm here, yep.
Ah, there you are. Well, let's see then. Getting a horrible camera angle there. As everyone is lining up. Let's see then. Give me the camera angle I want. Anything happening for you, Lee?
No, not at the moment, no.
Oh wait, here we go. 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. And it looks like a
very good start by
bit of a
Silva.
poor start from Ivan, but look at that fast starting Red Bull of Enzo, as well as Silva. Ross has lost 2 positions.
Ross has lost a bit of front wing as well. He went to the back of Enzo.
I don't think he lost any front wing, but I think Thomas McIver has lost front wing.
Oh, he was off, isn't it? Thomas McIver, yeah, Thomas McIver's lost a lot.
Yeah, he lost his left-hand side end plate on his front wing, and well, he did not look good through the S's after that. But the Ferraris, though, good start from Silva, secures the Ferrari 1-2 for now. Also,
Yeah, Ross had an awful start.
blistering start from the Red Bull of
Enzo.
Enzo as he went right through to pass Ross.
No, I didn't even notice him off the start. All I noticed was Silva. He could have went for the lead, but I think just how short they were.
Yeah,
I think it was that time. Your
it was
flag, the storm. I think the
kind of the
storm
same
was
for me.
Ross.
I noticed that Silva had a good start, but then like it took me a few moments before I realized that like damn Enzo, he really had a good start.
Yep. But Ivan, which is probably the best thing that could happen for him.
But let's
Ross right on the
see
back
then.
of Enzo.
Ross, indeed, Ross is trying to get
Oh,
this position.
Enzo!
Oh, as Enzo loses it and he collects Ross out of the final corner. And it is a safety car, but let's... Oh, and look at the damage for Ross.
What? That was, and Ross got a 5 second. That's okay, game.
And unfortunately for Ross, he's not going to be able to get that penalty removed either, even though it is an unfair penalty, but he's simply going to have to serve it. As we can see... Oh! Was that Luke I saw almost colliding with the safety car?
Yeah, it should be letting them pass. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why he couldn't. But that, honestly, just seeing Enzo's, I moved back on my chair when I saw Enzo's car spin. I'm not even joking.
It was it was a real shame for Enzo there. He really tried to push out of that corner, making sure he knew he had Ross right behind him. So I'm guessing he tried to just get as much power as possible down, and in the end it just didn't work out, and became a little too much power, and it ended up with wheel spin, and
Yeah, Luke Baker's in
now he's
third.
out.
Luke Baker's in a podium position at the moment.
He is indeed, and actually it looks like Luke Baker has also underfueled his car a little.
Yeah, this is the wet sack. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this has just helped the French. Does that mean they only have? Well, not. I think both of them are capable of pulling away from Luke Baker, and we'll see if Luke Baker can maybe hold off. Michael, if he can, then we could just see the
Let's
Ferraris
see. Well, the fact that nobody is pitting indicates
attacking
that
Ross.
we don't have we're not expecting this rain to stop anytime soon.
Ross will come out.
Rosto
I think it'll be P.
in the pit and
Yeah,
serving
does
that
Thomas have win?
penalty.
No, Thomas doesn't have win now. Thomas went off track. Okay.
So Ross has now served his penalty. He's changed his being. He's gonna get back out on track. But is he gonna be out ahead or behind Thomas?
I think Thomas should speed up. He's able to go for throttle now.
He
They're behind,
is
so.
behind Thomas, so that's 13th for Roston.
Oh my god, Ross having a little slide out of 30 not having fun trying to ride that car around.
And it is not a good start to this Japan race for Ross.
Definitely isn't. But yeah, just really was wrong place, wrong time for us.
Well, a combination of things. Poor start is obviously something that puts him in that situation, but so really a combination.
Why was Ivan? Yeah, Ivan was side by side with the safety car. I was so confused
So
from them.
so yeah, really a combination of him just having a poor start, losing a couple of positions, and then finding himself in that position where Enzo just pushes a little too much, and unfortunately for Ross, Enzo manages to then spin it out, and Ross gets collected. But those things happens.
While we're waiting for the restart, we might as well talk about real life for a minute because what a race! The start was mental, before the red flag was mental. But I was so confused before, like, when Hamilton went off and everything happened.
Well, I mean, the
You
real
know
life
that?
race, I wouldn't really call it mental. It had some good points on that race, but could have been
Brilliant
better as well. However, I
Cameron?
think something that
No.
made it a little bit better was also the fact that it rained for a good portion of the race. Or,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't think it actually rained, but it was wet at least.
Yeah, but looking back at it, I only noticed this like a few minutes ago. That Russell and Bottas crash, that could have been so bad. When you really look at it,
Yeah, but it wasn't, no. However,
unfortunately not, no.
I think I'll have to say that my highlight of the race was just seeing Hamilton
I knew
putting
you
it
were
in the
gonna
wall.
say
Like
this.
it, like the highlight is not that he actually went off, because sure, everyone can go off track. Although it is hilarious that he's doing that while just lapping someone. Really
I
not
knew
the
you were
time
gonna say this.
you should be putting your car off track. But then he goes off track, and then he literally just drives it into the wall.
What did you want him to do? He couldn't really do nothing else. He had to try and keep the engine going, in fairness. He couldn't really let off, could he? Yeah, but obviously, as a
I
Hamilton
don't know.
fan,
Still,
that was really annoying to see. And yeah, as soon as you started about your favourite moment, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah,
but
safe car in this one.
but he was lucky as hell though with that red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Without that,
Was
it
it
would have been.
Mercedes doing it on purpose? Because, you know, it was
Ah,
a
well,
mission.
I don't think that's the case. There's another car involved in it, so they don't have
Oh,
complete
Jamie,
control
I'm
over it either.
gonna.
But let's
Yeah.
see.
I
Ivan
won't be for a second.
Kingsley, has he gone?
Hasn't
I think he
gone. He's gone
has.
now. Yeah, he has.
He's gone a little cautiously, but Beves here, Silva and Luke are right on his rear though, but they're not gonna make any moves. But everybody else seemed to have been caught a little off guard.
Yeah, so many people have 5 seconds. Billy did, Jamie does, Cameron does. And so does Thomas, huh?
Let's see here then. Luke hanging with them so far. We can see that Michael Marlowe, after being caught a little off guard, he is on the back of that train now, even though Luke is struggling to keep up with the two Ferraris. Actually, Silva is struggling to keep up with his teammate as well.
Yeah, I wonder if Ferrari are gonna pull some tactics. Obviously, that'll be too early, but I'm honestly not sure of the state of World Championships at the moment, so I'm not even 100% sure on where everyone is.
Well, in the championship, Ivan is leading ahead of Michael Marlowe and Ross, who are both about 30 points off, I think.
Yep, as Michael Marlowe's going for it on Luke, he's thinking it
Ooh,
into one
he
pretty
is
hard
taking a
there.
peek, but and Luke goes a little bit wide on Luke into the Casio triangle. Michael is going to send it around the outside and take that position.
I got such a good camera angle for that move, that was amazing.
I wouldn't say I had the best, but I got to see it.
Further down there, Ross going for a move on Tom. That's why he's a little bit too far back though, just that straight line speed.
Oh, Ross.
Oh, Ross is going to the back of Tom. Tyler got on the grass, which caused.
He
That
got
was a chain
very
reaction from Tyler
close
getting on the
to
grass.
Tom there, and I don't think he...
Oh, yeah, Ross did get wing damage. Oh, Jamie's off!
Oh... Lots of drivers making errors right now. And look at
I can't
this,
tell what he has
Thomas
wing damage
MacGyver
on.
trying to get past Ross here. Ross with his damaged
Gonna
front
do
wing.
it. Oh, he's gonna go for it to take the one.
Oh, Oh, you really don't need to defend that one, Ross.
Yeah, Ross, that was just a little bit questionable. But
Oh,
Donald Thomas
very
has gone off as
questionable.
well. There's mayhem down in the midfield.
It is really mayhem back here, but Ross, though, he's going to have to pit again, and he's going to be down in...
He will be in last.
He will be
He'll be near
14th, I believe. I
last.
do think he's going to be behind Billy as well.
As he runs his way, AlphaTauri, well, Ross himself and his team AlphaTauri see, well, are Ferrari leading constructors or is it AlphaTauri? I'm not 100% sure on that, but...
I'll have a look. I think it's pretty close there because obviously Ivan is the leader, but I think
Yeah,
Michael is a little closer than Silva. So let's see. In the constructors, the Ferraris are the leaders, but only by 7 points.
Yeah, so that goes my points in AlphaTauri. Not gone well. They have one driver who I believe will be in last, and one driver in third. You have both Ferraris and a 1-2 at the moment, so
They will definitely pull away a little today.
how short the car? It's already around 6 out of 10, isn't it? Is it 10 or 11?
Hmm?
Is it 10 or 11 races this season? I'm honestly not 100% sure.
12.
12, okay, so yeah. This race actually does mark the halfway point, so it really is now where people need to start being consistent, and where we will get to know who our main championship contenders will be.
Oh, well, look at this. We have two Americans battling. It is Chris Ryan ahead of Jeremy Pope. They're close together. But right now, Jeremy seems to be catching a little after a little on Chris here.
Yep, Chris taking an inside line. Let's see if Jeremy can get a good exit.
And it's looking like a decent exit from Jeremy. Down towards the Casio triangle. He's not going to be close enough. He's going to have to wait for the main straight, if anything.
Let's see coming out.
Oh, that didn't look like that was not a good exit by Chris Ryan. And Jeremy Pope is getting quite close to Chris here, going in towards turn 1. Chris is managing to stay ahead, but I do believe it is a matter of, well, laps before.
Thomas McIver going to go ready outside in the S section of Tom. What a move!
Ooh, that is an ambitious move. Oh, and he's in the wall.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is so sad. That is so sad for Thomas. Pulling off a beauty of a move, and then that happening.
This is going to cause a little train. He almost spawned into... So I don't know. Both Mercs will end up in P7 and P8, so not doing too bad. Rolling.
Not at all on the other end for the two Haas drivers. Then Jeremy still in 9th, but Thomas though dropping down now. Everything is I had such a great camera angle for it.
Yeah,
but let's see. Oh, Jeremy Pope, is he finally going to get this move done on Chris Ryan around the outside?
What a move! We've seen some brilliant moves.
We have indeed, and you could just see.
That's Jamie. He's crashed at 130. Yeah,
that's unlucky.
I think that may be a VST. I don't think that's enough for a safety car. I might look it out actually. There's a VST.
You could really see when Jeremy went for that move around the outside of Chris Ryan. You could see when he was out on that curb. You could see that his car was like, it was twitchy, and at that point it's really not a lot
Yeah, in
you
terms
need
of
to do
the rain
before you
doesn't seem
lose
to.
it.
Yeah, the rain doesn't seem to be as heavy as it was. I wonder. Will there be any dry period in this race?
And it's definitely not as heavy now.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be that we're gonna get a dry period at some point?
I wonder if it'll be the opposite of Baku, where it'll be most of the race wet and at the end the dry. You see? Yeah, but Ivan's gone just absolutely bombed. He really has. Yeah, he's done a Matthew Walder in F1. Absolutely bolted.
Well, I would really say that
Oh,
he's just done
Michael's
an
lagged
Ivan
out.
Kingsley like he did in round one. He just bolted, or was it round
Yeah,
two?
Michael Morrow's lagged out with session. That's gonna cost him and his team dear if he can't get back in.
Indeed. Let's see now, Tom Spicer getting closer to Luke Baker now.
Yeah, he's right on the back of him. A nice exit. Over the chicane. Half
And
slipstream.
main straight, is Tom Spicer going to be able to make that move?
Gaining.
He's not going to be able to make it. I'm not sure if he just didn't want to spend that much ERS on making it, but or
Oh,
if actually
Luke had a little moment. Same with Tom. They all had little moments. Isn't there in Tyler to catch up? And same with Jeremy Pope.
there's going to be a big fight for fifth today, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
Michael Marlowe still hasn't got back in.
Everyone down to ninth in that train.
Wayne Luke Baker with a very bad run to Degna 2. Tom gaining. Not going to go for the move again. He's to the inside line in the exit to happen. And he's going to get his construction, is he? This side by side and he makes a move. He's down to be sent on this to do what Tyler Thomas, pressure from Tyler Thomas. Behind him.
Let's see here. I didn't really catch that as I just had to send an invite to Michael Marlowe. Did you say that he lagged out?
Yeah, he did let go. If you go into his car, he's
Uh,
ghosting, so.
I didn't notice that. Like I noticed that you were talking
Luke
about him,
Baker
but I
into
didn't
the
realize you were
pits.
talking about that he lagged out. But he should have an invite now, so hopefully he'll get back in again.
Hopefully, it's not a complete internet failure, so he can't actually get back in. But Luke Baker into the pits. Honestly, I can't remember. I don't know how long wet tires are meant to, or inches in a wet set are meant to last or anything. But I think if it's a one stop, it might be a little bit longer. But Thomas McIver gaining. Luke Baker's going to come right in this battle. And Thomas trying to go. Oh, there's your flag! Who's that actually? Secretary? Oh, that's Ross. Okay, Ross. Having a torrid time.
Oh, Thomas McIver, right on the back of Billy.
Is he going to try another one of those ambitious moves? And Ross is retired. He's
Oh,
retired again.
Ross
That's
has
two in a
given
row.
up, and that's the second week in a
Michael Mar
row he's done
Thomas makes
that.
a move. And Michael Marlowe's back in the session, so he just has lost. And he shouldn't get time to Cameron. But Cameron missed about 5 seconds, and he will have to pit, so. He'll definitely he'll get that time up, but he's lost a good 10 seconds to the Ferrari of Silva, so.
Yeah,
Ferrari's looking very comfortable at the moment.
I don't think he's on for top two anymore now, but he should definitely be able to get back in that third place.
Is he off in sector 1? Who's no, actually lost his car.
Jeremy is really getting close to the back end of Tyler now. going on to the main straight. He's close, and I'm not sure
Yeah,
if he's close
Michael's back now.
enough. He's not. Not this time. What's your take on Roston Lee? Second week in a row he's retired when, well, let's face it, it's still 15 laps left of this race. It could still, safety car can come out. Still good chances of getting points there, so like, fighting a championship fight. How do you
He
think he's
needs
gonna feel about that?
It's not, as I said, we're getting halfway in the season. He needs to try. Even if he really, he might think he knows that he won't get any points, but even 1, 2 points, that could be a deciding factor. And at the end of the day, I mean, Ross, and in a nice way, just please improve your race consistency. That's all I ask.
Well, I mean, I gotta agree, and
Is Ivan's in?
well, with it's just so much left of the race still. We're actually not halfway yet. There's always a possibility of a safety car. Like becomes it becomes a little ridiculous to retire at this point, especially when you're trying to fight a championship. Michael Marlowe is still up there though, so I guess for the Alpha Tauris, he is kind of starting to look like the bigger contender for them right now.
I mean, you know from experience, obviously. Well, I'll leave it here. As your name is Bottleneck, so
Okay.
and I started. What I was gonna say is, you're definitely one of the few people who I know that never retires unless he crashes. Like you never
Well,
give up.
I rarely do it. I've last time I did it, it's a bit of a time ago, and even the last time I did it on the second to last lap because I just could not be arsed finishing doing that last lap. When well, at that point, then like the possibility of any points or anything was really out already. But I mean,
There's
as long as I have a
that.
slim chance, I will stay in it.
Yeah, Chris Ryan spun in the S section. Silva's into the pits, so Ivan will regain the lead now. See, I think Cameron will come out behind.
Oh, and Chris Ryan is around again, and this is why he's gonna go around for a third time if he's not being careful now. He really revved out there, and his tires is gonna be steaming, so he's gonna have to be careful going through Degner 1 here.
You know, I wonder where Michael Mara will come out in terms of Cameron. I think he'll come out ahead, but that's only because of Cameron's 5 second episode, or that's what I guess anyway. Chris Ryan ran again. I
Tom
think.
Spicer is in the pit now.
Yeah, Michael Mara only just ahead. That's not by that much. Yeah, Cameron's gained about 2 seconds on that opener. Purely being on fresher tires.
About, yeah. Let's see then, the two Ferraris. You know, it is quite crazy, but I haven't even noticed that both of them have actually pitted. But they're that far in the lead that there is no one challenging them.
Yeah, Ivan's almost got a pit stop advantage to his second place, his own teammate. So
Yeah.
when Ivan gets in this groove, he really gets in this groove. So
it really seems like he's just in it today, and you can see it here.
Yeah, that's William also who spun, and Ivan with the fastest lap as well. Just cementing my point even more.
Indeed. Let's see then. Jeremy Pope on the back of Tyler Thomas. Another two Americans against each other as Tyler Thomas goes into the pit. So Jeremy, he's going to try to do the overcut there. Let's see then, can he pull that off? Really gotta say though, it is well, really gotta say, like, it's gonna annoy Ross so much if it becomes a really close championship in the end. Although right now I will have to say that I don't think it's gonna be that close. I think we've already seen the championship at its closest after Ross took 2 wins. Because at this point, Ivan is just he's consistent. He takes wins, but when he doesn't take wins, he makes sure that he takes as much points as he can at least.
I think that's why he's definitely he's my favourite anyway for 2 tenths quicker again.
Really making sure to have that fastest lap time. And with there being no fights at the moment, we might as well have a look at Ivan's driving then as he's going through the Dunlop curve here.
He goes a little bit deep as soon as we spectate him. He goes a little bit deep.
See, and he's probably doing a hot lap, a cool lap, a hot lap, a cool lap. No, it looks like
I think we will have a battle between. Will it be Jeremy Pope and Luke? No, Luke's just out with
you are right, actually. Jeremy Pope and Tyler Thomas, I believe.
No, I think Tyler left the server 5 seconds when he came into the pit, so that's why he's.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, in terms, what we have a chance we have no battle. We might as well talk about 2021 game.
Are you sure you want to do that? 2021 game, the EA game, as many say.
It doesn't. It looks. One thing that genuinely annoys me is that Portimao, Imola, and Jeddah are all post-launch content. If I have to pay for them, I'm gonna flip. If I want to pay for them, fair enough. And also, it depends how long it posts on. If it's like a week, then. If it's like a week, I don't see why not just delay the game another week and just have it at launch.
I haven't really followed the details around it that closely, so I don't know too much. But all I know is that it's just simply Codemasters, and I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm
not getting my hopes up. I'm just saying, but yeah. Also, they did say that oh my God, Thomas McIver almost having a very big moment at the final corner. Yeah, but they did say that they're gonna have 2 historical tracks as well, which I think will be. I wonder if they'll get a race in place of Canada.
Well, to be honest, when it comes to the historic tracks, that's actually something that is quite interesting in my opinion, because there is lots.
We've been asking for
there is definitely something we have been asking for. It's also something that it's quite interesting to think about, because like these cars is obviously they're quite big, so like there is just certain tracks that like you just can't imagine them racing on, and other tracks. So like for me, I think it's gonna be something. I know it says historical tracks, but I think it's gonna be something quite recent that has been on the calendar.
I think Istanbul. I think Turkey's definitely one we'll say.
Could be. Turkey is one of the tracks I think it can be, but I also think it can be
Nürburgring as
either
well.
Hockenheim or Nürburgring, as
Yeah,
well.
because
No Germany on the calendar. It's just a little wrong. So I think that might be on the calendar.
you see, but I see in fairness, well, technically speaking, Hockenheim was voted best race of the decade. Although I call it was definitely not the best race of the decade, but we move.
Oh well, hold on now. Thomas McIver right on the back of
Yeah,
Cameron here, but not making a move yet. But we do have two fights here now, actually. Thomas, the fight for fourth, and we have the fight for
Jeremy's
seventh.
gaining. Just like that, no. Yeah, will we have a chance? I'm pretty sure Ivan's got a pit stop gap to Silver. He's
I think so.
crazy.
And look at Thomas McIver here, right on the back of Cameron Rowlands. However, can he get close enough to make a move? We've seen him make
Oh,
daring moves earlier in the race. Is he gonna go for it
he's
into
going
this
for.
hairpin?
Oh, he hit the back. He's hit the.
Oh, and he hits
Oh
the
my.
back in, and that's wing damage. That's gonna make it so much more difficult for him now.
Yep. And if he does
Oh, and
decide to
look at
pit,
this. Jeremy Pope
oh yeah,
gets the traction
Jeremy and
down
Luke.
out of
Oh,
Degner
Luke is
2
a.
as he makes the move into the hairpin on Luke. A little bit deep though, but is he gonna be able to make a stick as he gets the traction down and takes P7 away from Luke?
Yeah, in all fairness to Tom, I think he could have avoided that if, but like the little kink before the hairpin, his car slid and he couldn't really try and move out of the way in
Yeah,
the braking zone.
but it is what it is. Unfortunately, that
And
just
he,
means that I'm not sure if I would pit if I were him. It's 8 laps left. He has a gap down to Tom Spicer. I think he's making a mistake in pitting.
but I'm sure the likes of Jeremy is would this be Jeremy's best finish of the season though in P6?
This season I think it would be his best finish so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I wonder if Ivan King's gonna pit one more time just to try and go for a fastest lap. He has the gap, so.
well, does he though? I'm not completely sure how long a pit stop is in Japan.
Yeah, but he has the pace to get the gap to what he wants. So,
True. That is actually pretty
oh my god,
true what you say.
I almost cursed him. He had a very little moment coming out of the Castillo Triangle. Jesus.
Let's see then. Luke Baker still not that far off Jeremy, but he's not keeping up at the moment. Jeremy is just pulling away here. Luke also on a set of older intermediates.
Yeah, I wonder if Luke might come with a threat from Tyler Thomas at all. Tyler Thomas on 9 seconds, so it's not exactly the biggest threat in terms of. But yeah, Thomas could still salvage a P. Give or take, I'd say a P7, maybe a P6, which. If he does salvage a P6, if he salvages a P7, I think he might have ended up finishing there anyway, with his wing damage.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like he made a horrible decision to go in unless the wing damage was worse than we thought though, because I really thought he would have yellow wing damage at the
Yeah, but you have to remember it's
right
cold
side or left
masters.
side.
You have to remember it's cold masters though. It's like you absolutely smash into a wall, you only lose your front main. You make the tiniest contact and your wheel pops off. So you never know.
True, but nonetheless though he did make the pit stop and now.
And Tyler's made the move on Luke off, and that puts Thomas straight up into P8. So he's already made up one of them positions.
Indeed. Now Thomas then is going to be on a charge to catch up to Tyler Thomas. He has 6 laps to do that. 2 seconds on those fresh tires. I wouldn't be too surprised if he manages to get Tyler Thomas.
We couldn't have found it. We shut off and he's, yep. So, we're not having a fun time with it at the moment. Yeah,
Let's
I
see
think a
here.
P7 for Thomas is definitely very possible.
P7 is well,
P6, sorry, P6.
you mean
sorry.
P6, I hope, because P7
Yep.
is definitely gonna get that, especially considering Tyler Thomas has penalties. But P6 possible, probably, yeah. But there is a bit more of a gap after he passes Tyler Thomas up to Jeremy, though. He's gonna close a 4-second gap and then make the pass as well. And he's, of course, and
Yep.
there he takes
Thomas has
fastest
passed as
lap.
well. Yeah, I think now we might see Ivan into the pits. Soon.
Yeah, I won't be
Now
too surprised if we see
he's
that
one
happening.
second up on his PB, never mind. He might not need to. Let's
Well,
see
let's see
Ivan.
then.
Luke's on to slicks.
It is still raining. That's a
Ivan,
mistake.
yep. Absolutely batters the fastest lap and he didn't need to worry. I wonder what Ivan would be like in F2, I really do. He's just been
Ivan.
so... If Ivan... Just thing, excuse me, in a 12 race calendar, like IRL, which we have shortened calendars every season, you need to be consistent. It's what, as we say, it's what even Michael Marlowe's been consistent. Like, yeah, fair, he hasn't won much, but it's been consistently in the top 4, top 5, which is what is going to get you those top players in the championship. It's what, see, I think with Ross, I'll be honest now. I'll be a bit. I think it's Ross. I think his mind is if he's not winning, there's no point. That's what it just seems like to me.
Maybe. But let's see now then. Can Thomas McIver make a move on Tyler Thomas? He's right on his back going onto the main straight.
Oh my god!
And it should be an easy move for Thomas here.
Thomas having a little bit of a tail happy moment coming
Oh,
out.
but he doesn't actually have enough straight line speed to get past. And
see if he tries one of his. Let's see if he tries one of his Gamera's S section moves.
I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to catch up to Jeremy if Tyler keeps holding him off like this.
The gap's only 3 seconds, I think.
Well, yeah, actually, as you mentioning it, Tyler has he's caught about a second on Jeremy then. So Tyler has he's stepped up his pace at the moment, and
I mean less than
ooh, all right. Well then,
Tyler's on 9 seconds, so it's not like even if he fights us, so it's not even gonna get the position anyway. So.
I would have fought it just to have fun fighting.
Yeah, actually, man, I would have been the same.
But let's see then. Thomas 2 seconds up to Jeremy, 4 laps left. Should be very possible.
Well, so these two being teammates, I wonder if there'll be any. I wonder if they'll fly or will it be team wars?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. See what they do. Just gotta hope that if they fight each other, that they don't fight each other too hard. Exactly. So that we don't get a situation where teammates are taking each other out. As that rarely plays out well. Also worth mentioning, Ivan almost 30 seconds ahead of Silvana.
What can we say about anything that? What can we say about Ivan other than just domination?
today.
Yeah, today.
Cool head.
Yeah, Tom, a cool head, consistent.
And it
Tom, nothing on that.
looks like we get team orders between these two. Jeremy lets Thomas go. Just focuses on his own race to make sure he gets those points for 7th and make sure they get as many points for the team as possible.
Yeah, it won't be a bad result. I was thinking, yeah, it won't be a bad result for us. 6th and
Uh,
P7.
6th and 7th could have been better, but not a bad result.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
while we have a chance, in terms of real life again, I feel so bad for Mick.
yeah, the real life has is it's a piece of work, isn't it?
Mm.
It
You know, because
really,
everyone was, yeah.
it really doesn't look fun to drive, and it really looks horrible to drive.
Mm. Yeah, but it's like everyone else was so close together, and then you just had Mick and Mazepin in no man's land. Jamie's got back past his teammate. Oh my god,
He
Thomas almost
did
goes in the
actually.
back room.
Oh, and Thomas. That was a bit of a surprise there. We did actually catch that, but Jeremy, he did let Thomas go earlier, but took back the position, and now.
I think Thomas made a mistake. I swear he was clear by a good few. Well, like a second and a half or something. So.
I'm confused. I don't know. A weird one.
Very well indeed.
As it's gonna be interesting interviews today. You know, Lee. Top 3 has pretty much spent their whole race by themselves.
I was gonna say they've had no action.
They had lap 1, and then after that, yeah.
Yeah, they had lap 1, and I believe it. No, did they have a safety car?
Yeah, but they didn't really. Not much happened around them.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot more entertaining if Ross. Oh, Tyler's out.
Oh, and Tyler, and so close to the end.
So sad. That would have been P8 with him. That would have been a very good result. He's done that out of 130R. I think he might have gotten on the curve or something.
Yeah, he's got in the wall there. As Thomas McIver has passed Jeremy again.
It's on the outside wall, so he has. And yep, Ivan King's into the pits. I told you.
But isn't it too late though?
No, lap 26 he can.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because he's already passed the finish line in the pit there. So,
Yeah.
where is Silvado? He's coming into the Casio triangle
like 10
right now.
seconds ahead, so.
Let's see here then, Jeremy Pope, and I don't know. I think maybe Thomas doesn't believe that he can take any more positions after this.
Michael
So
Marlowe paid. He's called himself a podium. Michael. Maybe you think
Michael,
he definitely does have the pace on Cameron. But it's such a pain to overtake around here. He might have cost himself. And if he's done that, AlphaTauri are going to be fuming.
Michael. Well, he has this lap and the next lap to make the overtake, but still, though, that could be.
That could be 3 points gone down the drain, which could be very vital.
As the Hasses are just battling a little for show, I guess.
No,
But we're gonna go over to Michael Marlowe as he is on the back of Cameron, and really this is a battle for position.
there we
Obviously
go.
Michael on much fresher tires. He should have this, but he has put himself in an unnecessary position here.
And Cameron obviously going to defend for his life. Of course, he's been gifted the chance. Michael is going to go around the outside of 130, yeah. Oh, he is! Oh, Cameron's
As
gone!
Cameron spins, and it's a... Oh, look at that! It is a beautiful
That's a
360.
beautiful 360.
So he's still gonna be able to avoid any damage or anything. He might have some hot tires though with Tom
He's in.
Spicer
Why is he pitting?
closing.
Why is everyone pitting? What? I'm so confused.
I do
He
not
scores
know.
himself. He'll be down in the
But
P7, but both houses are going to battle.
right now we're gonna follow Ivan Kingsley for the rest of his lap as he's
He is up on his feet,
about to set the fastest lap, I believe, unless Michael Marlowe can match it.
He's 1 second up again, so I highly doubt it.
Into the Casio triangle, and there he's out of ERS. Then out of the final corner and towards the finish line, it's gonna be Ivan Kingsley with a 1:36.9 who takes
All you can do is
the win and the fastest lap in this race before we have and I believe Ivan was actually on pole and led every lap as well.
It is a Grand Slam.
It is a Grand Slam as Silva takes the P2. And I do believe that, well, it's not the first double podium for Ferrari, but I know that Silva has been unlucky. He's gotten some penalties. I don't think they've actually gotten the 1-2 yet, so I think that might be the first one. But let's look at Michael Marlowe then, who is carrying AlphaTauri on his back today, going over the line. It's not going to be fastest lap for him.
What happened to Thomas? What's happened? He was fighting for P5. Okay. Oh my God, Cameron went so wide again. That's glitched. Okay, so Michael Mann was actually peaking. Let's remember this.
That's a timing glitch, I believe. So that should be Michael should still be on third place. As long as
yeah, Michael should be third and Cameron should be in P6.
Honestly, man, this game, all sorts of glitches. You lag out of a race and then you get the timing glitch. But it is Ivan Kingsley with his third race win this season, who extends his championship even further. As let's see here, just gotta make sure here. Yeah, he had no penalties, so it is Ivan Kingsley who takes the win ahead of his teammate Silva in second. Third will be Michael Marlowe, even though it's right now says Tom Spicer. Tom Spicer will take fourth, then Jeremy in fifth with a strong result from him today. Thomas McIver in sixth, then Cameron in seventh. Matt Romano, what is that? That's an eighth place from him today before Billy took ninth, then Luke in 10th.
A race. I mean, for the top three we're going to interview, what is there to talk about?
What do you mean?
For the top three, because they didn't have much action at all.
Oh, that's a good question. Are you adding them so they can get in, or?
Oh, I mean if you got, yeah, I'll do that now actually.
But yeah, no, I'm.
How do you spell Silva's name?
BVESSIER.
Okay, there we go. I'll have it. Just here, and then I need to remember Michael Morrow's name. It's an L,
Yes, it
not an
is.
I. Okay, there we go. Into the barrier. And I've invited everyone. No.
Got the correct letter of the alphabet this week then.
Oh, I do believe I invited Ivan's right account. It's and I don't have only one underscore, isn't it? Not two.
I think so, yeah, I'll have a look.
I believe so.
Yeah, it is, it's only one.
Yeah, well, I've invited him, so.
Oh my god, that was stressful.
We're nowhere near anyone. How was the shot? Actually, oh yeah, at the end because you decided to pit.
No, not even that, it was the whole rejoining period because my internet just completely shut off for like 2 minutes. And then if Cameron didn't get a stupid 5-second penalty if someone hitting his back under safety car, then it would have been in there.
Still waiting on Ivan.
He'll be here in
Well,
a minute, he's a free spirit.
we might as well, and there he is. So we'll start off with you then, Michael.
Okay. Hello.
And well, first of all, another week and another disappointing quali, I assume it was. You weren't exactly as high up as you would think now watching the end results. Like, how was quali?
To be honest, I was actually very happy with qualifying. So I don't remember last week in the interview I said this was my worst track, and I wasn't joking. I have very little pace here, and the lap I did, given I was running 4:10 wings in the end for the wet weather, was actually quite good. It was one of my best laps I've done, so maybe 4:10 is not an awful setup. But yeah, it went as well as it could have done, I think. I possibly could have stayed. I think the 2 cars ahead of me were less than a tenth ahead, so I could have got them. But other than that, that was about it for me, really.
Fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, so your teammate and Ivan were in a class of their own in quali, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
going on to the race though, I didn't really catch much of your race start. So, like, how was the race start for you?
It was interesting. The initial getaway was good. The car on my left, I can't remember who it was, got a slower start than I did. So I got one place immediately, and then when Tack decided to break his front wing and go for a spin, that gave me another place. So that put me in a decent position. And then obviously when Hamrick and my teammate had their problems, that got me back into 4th place, I think.
Yeah, your teammate,
Yeah.
second week in a row he retires in the pit. How do you feel about that?
He retired in the pits, did he? I don't know, I wasn't there for that, but I don't know. I don't think it was, unless he had wing damage, I don't think it was a good decision because he had done a second pit stop under the virtual safety car because we thought the tyres might be able to go to the end from when he pitted. And, I mean, especially given the gap I had behind me by the end of that, I think he could have again, if he didn't have damage, could have again probably come top 5. So yeah, I mean, I think he just needs to try and not give up so easily because he's stupidly quick compared to a lot of the people we have. So if he keeps going more,
Well,
then he'll do much better.
I mean, he did have damage when it happened, I believe, but it wasn't. We weren't even halfway in the race yet, so I mean,
Yeah, I
lots
mean,
can
I
still
would.
happen.
Yeah, I'd never encourage retiring in the pits during a wet race because it's a wet race. I mean, anything can happen, and
This is
usually,
exactly what me and Sondre said.
Yeah,
yeah,
but nonetheless, though, later on in the race, you also encountered some issues. Suddenly you found
yeah,
yourself lagging out of the race, and
yeah,
I don't know. It seems I don't think you had a spare invite as you asked for one.
yeah.
So
I didn't. Yeah,
so you
it,
managed to get you one, but then you got in and you got your position back. But then at the end there, you
mhm.
decided to pit. Were you completely sure about that on beforehand?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry, I missed
You
that.
you decided to pit on the second to last lap, lap
Yeah,
26.
yeah. Yeah, so
Were
that
you?
was because I had 75% tyres starting that lap, and I looked at the gap behind, and it was something like 18 and a half. I remembered how OP new inters are, and the fact I was already like a second lap quicker meant Cameron was also struggling with it. And then, sure enough, when I went round his outside with 2 laps to go, he had a puncture on the corner and almost took my car out, but I survived. So yeah,
Oh, he had a puncture. All right.
yeah, I got really lucky on it because it was on 130R. I kind of sent it because I could, and because I was running out of battery, so I decided it was now or never. And because he was there, I jumped off the circuit to give him more room. And had I not done that, his puncture would have taken me out of the race. So I'm very, very lucky I did that.
Yeah, you really are.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Any questions from you, Lee?
Um, I will give my question. I just need to. Okay, I need to just check something. If you just give me 1 second.
Next week's Austria, if that's what you're checking.
Yes, thank you. Anyway, yeah, next week is Austria. How do you think? What's the track like for you?
See, Austria's a really annoying track because there's nowhere to gain or lose time really. So it's essentially as close as we're going to get to IndyCar. So, I mean, it could go well, it could go horribly. You never know at Austria, that's the problem. But I mean, ultimately, I think my starting pace there is way better than it is here. And if I can get a podium at Japan, I think I can get a podium anywhere, to be honest.
Fair enough. That's all from me.
Well, with that, then, congratulations on another strong race and another podium, Michael. Obviously,
Thank
it
you.
said you were fifth in the end, but we know
Yeah,
you were third, so you will get that podium still.
good. We will
But
all get one game.
and yeah, and congratulations, Noah, and good luck for next week. Was what I was gonna say. And then let's see. The first one of the two, we have no idea what to ask about. Silva, if you're there.
Hello.
So, well, first of all, the quali didn't look too bad. You got third in the end. A bit off the two on pole on the front row though. Like, could you have gotten closer or?
Yeah, I could have got a bit closer, but I wasn't sure if they were on fully dry or wet serps. Um, that was definitely on the wet serp. I'm not sure about tech on the other hand. Um, but yeah, quali wasn't too shabby, starting wise.
Fair enough, fair enough. No matter, quali is far from the most important thing during a race weekend. And well, we go into the race and you seemed like you had quite a good starter. Obviously, you jumped Ross, but you did get put under pressure from the Red Bull of Enzo as well, though. So, like, how was the race start from your perspective?
Yeah, it seemed like my side of the grid, mine and Ivan's side of the grid, was the quickest side of the grid. Um, but Enzo got a really good start, and then I just managed to keep it ahead of him in turn 1, turn 2. And then, yeah, obviously that crash between Enzo and Tech happened on the end of lap 1, I presume.
Something like that, yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, race start wasn't too bad, to be honest.
Well, in that crash, it was pretty much Enzo who tried to just get a good exit, I believe, because Ross was close and he just spun it and collected Ross with him. But nonetheless, though, from that point out, I'm not really sure if you if you had much action during the rest of the race. I can't remember anything. So
Nah,
was there?
no overtakes, literally dull race, to be honest.
I
The
can
only
believe. I believe that.
I was just being cautious at the end because I thought Barrow would not pit and try and conserve the tyres at the end. So I was trying to secure the P2, so for the last couple of laps I just backed off, don't push, and then try and get the tyres to the end, which I did. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, to be fair, it's not the first time you're joining your teammate on the podium this season. However, you haven't actually kept a podium yet, though. But with
this
today
one I
and
should
yeah,
definitely.
with you literally not having any people near you during the whole race, how does
No
it feel to
contact.
finally, well,
Uh,
to get that podium?
didn't feel that bad, to be honest. I wasn't surprised because like I've had pace all this season.
Oh, we know.
Uh, but Suzuka, not really my strongest circuit, but yeah,
I think you should
good
get 20
first
second
race back.
penalties.
Good first race back, I would say. Since as I took the weekend.
10-second penalty for a different map. 3-second penalty for just wrong car compounds.
Still keep second anyway. It's fine. But
Should
yeah.
do. Any questions from you, Lee?
I think you know my question by this point, Sandra. Next week is Austria. I think you're going to get on
Uh, I would normally be quicker there than Rott's Tech, and he's pretty quick there. Same as Delta. My starts are they're really good as well, so just try and not get any pens there as well.
there. That's all from me.
Literally, that's it.
Fair enough. With that, then actually one last question. Obviously today, starting off with a 7 point gap between the Ferraris and Alpha Tauris, but you guys taking a big chunk on the Alpha Tauris there.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh God.
Do you feel like yeah? Do you feel like you guys have the mental advantage in that battle at the moment?
I would say so. Like with Tech, if he's like has a clean race, and like same with Barrier, they would be really close. But Ivan's just been so consistent year, this season. He's been able to score loads of points. If I also with me, if I didn't get the penalties to knock me off the podium as well, we would be even more ahead.
Well, I mean, even with those penalties you've gotten, you're still sitting fourth in the championship. Um,
I'm missing last weekend.
and you will be a couple 2 points behind Ross after today, I believe. So it's
So
not like you're
second
far
place,
behind.
third
But
place.
nonetheless, though, congratulations on your second place today, and good luck for next week.
Cheers.
As we will move on to today's race winner, Ivan Kingsley. And first of all, quali. I mean,
Hello.
could you have gone quicker in quali?
To be quite honest, I don't know where that lap came from for me. I wasn't expecting to get that close. The lap felt a bit scruffy, but I noticed that Ross, I was going to call him Ted, but I'll call him his real name. I think I got a little bit of time gained on the last sector because I was watching him in the pits and he looked like he was always slipping the rear, but I think I just gained. I didn't, obviously, as you saw on the stream, I didn't gain a lot of time compared to like what I wanted to, but yeah, the pole. I was mainly aiming for pole position that race because P1 is normally the safer route to go rather than be like P2 or 3 on the grids. But I can't complain. I don't think I could have went any quicker than that. It started to it looked like it started to rain near the end when I got that lap in. And then I saw that AlphaTauris started to slipstream, so I was a little bit worried because Ross was up on his time, but then just as the last corner I think he slipped the rear and then he lost the 10th.
Yeah, we did notice the rain as well, and during that whole lap, Ross was close to his lap, but he was always a little bit down when we got the timings up. And I don't know. I just think there was not enough grip left in the final corner to get an exit he needed. But nonetheless, you started on pole, and from there it's not that many things to point out. But I guess
I
you
can
got.
try my best and give you some details.
Well, I have something. So first, like in turn one, like obviously you had a fast starting teammate and Red Bull behind you, but
Yeah.
did you ever think they were gonna battle you
To be
into
quite
turn
honest, to be quite honest with you, during race starts, I rarely ever like start pole in my leagues. I always like starting just behind the pole position. Like Russia, it's just you want to start near the back, you don't want to start on pole or you'll get just demolished. But with Enzo, me and him are on good terms, so I didn't expect him to do anything too like clumsy because I think he got tech off the line, which was good to see because obviously that's my rival. But I did think that my teammate was going to put more of a fight up to me once he noticed that he overtook me, but he tapped the brakes and then just let me go for that wedge line, and then yeah. But the first lap off the line was a bit worrying to say the least because I had a really bad start because on the formation lap when we did our start I kept losing the rear, so I was like getting really worried for the proper start and when it all mattered, so I was worried I was just gonna spin it, and I got a really bad start.
Fair enough. No matter though, you did keep it. Then later, we had a full safety car, so obviously that's the point where everyone was gathered all around again, and you didn't get the best getaway, I would say, on that one, but you
The
didn't get
safety car.
challenged
I was trying to well, it looked like the mid pack of the grid was starting to like gap a bit, so I closed it down a bit. Obviously, I couldn't go on a party with literally anyone for this evening's race because my internet was going really bad. Everyone was like popping off little X's and all that stuff. So I was a bit worried. So I just stayed out of a party. So I could not tell my teammate when I was going at all. So I was like, right, I'm just gonna have to go and not ruin him. And I almost ruined myself on the restart. But obviously, as me and Vesra teammates, he was comfortable with sitting second after the restart and holding the rest of the grid behind.
Fair enough. Well, after that, then then you really just never looked back again, and you started to pull out.
I did begin to pit on, I think it was. Well, my strategy was really odd because I was not. Like, I put a wet setup on, so the only thing I changed for the quality was just my wings. That's why I was so darn quick in the straights. And for this race, I didn't really feel too worried about the rest of the drivers because the laps that they were putting in were some dry laps, but then when it started to become wet, I noticed that a lot of drivers were sliding. But yeah, the pit window, I think I pit lap, I can't remember, I think it was 14 or 13, I think it was, because like Jeff kept saying there was a crossover point, so I was getting really hesitant to pit, so I kept going into 13. The rears kept stepping out, so I think I pit lap 14, and I kept getting really worried because I kept asking my Jeff about the tires, because it kept getting dry in the first sector. The only sector that wasn't dry was like the last sector, so I kept getting really hesitant, so I kept waiting on a driver to stick on the mediums or something. And then lap 25, I had a pretty big gap. I don't remember how big the gap was, I think it was like 15 seconds, and then I pit. But I pit onto another set of inters, and then I just found so much time because the track was at its best, and I had some fuel to burn because I was in under fuel in the car, so I had a lot more energy and fuel to push for the fastest lap.
Fair enough. And well, with that, I don't really have any more questions about the race then, as well, you've covered what was to cover.
Yeah, I can. Well, if my teammate was here, I would have said. I would have said if my teammate just didn't leave there, I was gonna say congratulations on not getting a podium, without getting reported.
At least
So
he finished.
I really hope he does not get a penalty, because I swear to God, if I go into that incident reports and I see driver involved and it says Besser, I'm honestly gonna kill him.
To be fair to him, I think he needs to be near someone to have an incident.
Yeah, that race he was dropping off a lot, but it's I've noticed that, well, I've left a bunch of leagues, so I've had more time to practice for IRL. Japan is one of my semi-decent tracks. But then again, sometimes tell a fib and then say it's one of my bad tracks I'm going to spin to give the other drivers a bit of confidence, and then I just practice. Because with Ross, I think sometimes I do get in his head a little bit with the upcoming races and all that stuff. So
I can confirm that.
Yeah, I've noticed that I get into his head a lot, and then whenever I see him spin, I'm like, okay, he's gonna give up. Because I've known him for a very long time. I've battled with him since 2019, and the only little thing he lacks with the constructors thing that's going on is I just dropped something. The only thing he lacks, like the rest of the other two covered it up, he just gives up a bit too easily. So I'm not gonna like be really confident for the next race and think that I'm gonna win it because he's just gonna keep spinning. So obviously it's on to the next one. But yeah, the only thing I'd say he lacks compared to his teammate is just giving up very, very easily after like a spin or something in damage. And also the patience is another thing, because I heard, well, when I've just been watching the stream over to see why he actually retired, because I'm looking at it right now, he tapped the back of a Haas or something in turn 1.
Alpha Romeo.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to send it. He looked like he was trying to send it from like 5 times back, and then he got damaged and he retired. So I wouldn't recommend that.
I'm not gonna lie, I think both me and Lee can agree to all of that, and especially
the main games
giving
are very
up.
Good.
I mean, when you're halfway through the race, it's still a long way to go. But
absolutely.
With that, then the next track, how is that for you?
Yeah, it's one of my favourite tracks. I like it. My last league race I did around there, I did good for the qualifying there. I'm not gonna say the league, but I did pretty good to say the least. I didn't finish the race, but I think coming up to there, I'm not just gonna do what I did after Britain and just say, oh, I'm gonna win, because that completely went wrong for Hungary. I finished like 5th, but yeah, the best result I can only hope for Austria is just top 5. I think that's the best that I can do. I'm not gonna start using this win as like an ego boost to say that I can win like week in, week out. There's gonna be some races that I'm gonna do well, and there's gonna be some that I won't do well in. It's just what I have to be prepared for. Yeah, Austria is a fun track. If the timings between all the drivers will be fairly close, so it'll be tricky to see who's the quickest. But then again, there's a lot of people that are very quick in qualifying, but then not the best in terms of consistency. So it'll be a tough one.
Indeed. And with that, congratulations on your win this week, the 3rd win of the season for you, and good luck
well done to the other drivers in the race for not binning it, because I don't even think that was that many retirements. So GG to everyone.
Four,
The
so.
rest. Yeah,
Well, that many,
GG to
no.
everyone. Yeah, GG to everyone, including my teammate into the bar.
And with that, Lee, anything you want to add before we finish this off?
No, I did not. I have nothing to add.
Nothing to add from Lee. Well, with that then, this has been IRL F3 round 6 in Japan. It was a wet race won by Ivan in the end. I've been your commentator, Sander Zerg, joined by Lee Kelly today. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and good night.